All right, we just got done with session number 3 of Seafall. This is the non-spoiler version, so if you're trying to make sure you don't notice anything about how the game is being played and any of the secrets, this is the one to be watching. We just got done. We did the prologue. We did the very first one, and us in the game group, this is the final score. You can see I, unfortunately, did not do as well. I am blue. I got 12, and I only got 5 glory this time around. Somebody destroyed my ship right away at the beginning, but we won't get into that. So, anyway, this one went really well. It went a little bit more smooth. We had some new mechanicisms that I'm not really going to talk about, but one of the things that we did encounter, there's a little bit of a gaming the game, as it's known. When you realize that it's just better to with repair actions, it's better almost just to sink both your ships, and so you can just start all over at the beginning, things like that. And so it's a little bit concerning in my mind, but I'm going to ask my other members of the group, and they can tell me what they think as far as that is concerned. And there's some other timing things, I think, as well that we were questioning. So, Timothy Ryan.
Yeah, so non-spoilery, it continues to develop. I approve that the world is getting bigger and more interesting. There's some things that are sort of hinted at in the first couple of rounds that we played that now are starting to come to fruition. Without going into detail, it was pretty fun to see some of that happen. I actually enjoyed this more than I expected to today. Sometimes it feels a little bit like a job. Today it was awesome. Yeah, no, we had a good time. Of course, having Craig beat up on Lance right away was a good way to start the day. So, but yeah, so as far as non-spoilery is tough. Now you talk about game the game. The one thing that right at the very end, and this is not unusual in a lot of games, but the fact that we're going to see this over and over again, we were making decisions where we were allowing our ships to become damaged in ways that we wouldn't otherwise, because we knew it wasn't going to carry over to the next game, or at least that's how I was. And there are some features like that there's that risk, but I don't know that there's much of a way to avoid it unless we carry every detail over to the next game. And
yeah, and I just reread the rules, and I think maybe we take a page, but I mean, at the back of the rules, it actually talks about what carries over, and I wanted to make sure that damage didn't, and I didn't think. Ship values and everything. It doesn't say anything about game carryover. So yeah, it's just one of those. I guess it's one of those things where maybe we'll just have to expect it as far as how the game turns around and ends. But Andy, you're going away at convention pretty soon, so we won't be able to do one of these
for a couple of weeks.
So apologize.
Sorry. Sorry, I take a vacation once a year.
You did better this game.
Yeah, it went a little better. I got off to a rocky start again.
You had one of your ships get sunk out from underneath you. It wasn't even Craig who did it.
No, it was just one unlucky roll.
A unseen mechanism that came up out of nowhere.
But I'm actually not sure that the whole sinking your ships as a faster way back home is all that helpful. It depends a little bit on the circumstances, but too often needing the goods that your ship carries is too important too. So sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't.
Money was very tight this game. It didn't seem like I ever had any money to do anything.
My money was always... I got a ton and then I spent it immediately, so...
Yeah, I the only time I ever made any money was during the winter phase, but I think that was just because somebody blew up my ship and I really couldn't do anything. So, but
thank goodness you have an excuse. Yes.
All right, Jim, and Craig for that matter.
Well, it was great to see Craig blow up Lance and Lance to finish last.
Felt good.
So,
Felt good. Yeah. I apologize for my rudeness, but as I suspected, only one person was offended. So. I don't really think that. I mean, the more I think about it, the more the being able to damage your ship at the end doesn't really bother me that much, because it's kind of, at that point, you're just sort of selling out for glory. I can see where it would be annoying, like if Tim would have found a way, or if you would have found a way by a lucky roll of tying me at the end of the game. That would have been frustrating, because it would have been an action you never would have taken otherwise. But other than that, I don't think it's that big a deal.
Well, and without a doubt, without spoiling what we did, I certainly had a slim hope that my action would unlock one of the milestones.
Right, and Lance was hoping that he basically sold out and had to roll perfectly, and since he's Lance, he had about 75% chance of success. But still,
Even though it was about 10.
yeah, he's still able to, and it's something even Lance wouldn't have tried that on a normal turn during the game.
Yeah, it's. But I think that's any game that has that kind of aspect to it. So.
I'd also recommend making sure everyone shows up on time, because on a weeknight it gets very late when you end up
I
playing.
don't know what you're talking about. All right, so there you go. That is the non-spoiler version. It's a little bit difficult. We might not do a non-spoiler version of this video each time, just because we're running out of things. It's a situation where there might not be more to report. But we will be doing the spoiler ones because we have things that we've experienced and we've unlocked, and we want to share that. So yeah, there you go. Thanks very much for watching, and if you want to watch the spoiler one, you can probably find that as well.